Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Boogeyman Radio. I'm David,
I'm Chuck.
and we've got a great show for you. So don't go anywhere. Stick around. And if you haven't yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, and be sure to head over to our guest's YouTube channel, which you can find down in the comment, or not the comments, the description of this video. So with that being said, let's roll. Charles, good to see you.
Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you.
Real quick before we get into anything, hey, so we got a awesome comment on the last episode.
We did?
Basically somebody complaining that we talk too much.
What? On a podcast?
I know, right? No, like we don't get into the topics enough, and we just banter a little bit, and apparently that annoys people. It's like, whatever.
Maybe they shouldn't watch video podcasts.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of our thing. It's kind of everybody's thing. You
know, isn't it weird? Doesn't Joe Rogan talk a lot on his podcast? Wait, doesn't Russell Brand and wait, hold on.
No,
Sean Ryan, isn't it all about talking?
No.
Wait, what do we do for podcasts? Don't we all talk?
I think we should get some sock puppets is what we should do.
That'd be perfect.
Maybe that would like
entertainment at its finest.
Keep their attention span going. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, dude, this week has been like, I don't know, controversy
central.
Not just with us, but with a lot of people. You know, we were talking about the Conjuring House crap last week.
Oh, it's nuts.
Nuts. I'm kind of shadow banned on Facebook again.
How dare you?
Yeah, and I didn't do nothing.
Well,
never do anything
that we know of.
I'm innocent, man. What's that face for? Come on, man. Just put that on my back.
Oh, I got your back. Don't worry. I'm just
he's gonna post like a picture of the profile is unrecommendable.
Exactly. Here's the proof receipts.
This is why.
It's terrible. But no, I just if you don't like it, just skip forward. Fine. It's okay.
Right. Yeah.
It's okay.
We'll put a marker, a time marker.
Yeah, you gotta loosen the gears first before you really get into the meat of the subject.
Whoa.
Oh, hey. Whoa.
Speaking of gears, let's change gears here. Big weekend coming up.
Huge.
You guys, if you're not following the channel, you should probably do that. We're gonna be taking a trip this week. It's gonna be awesome.
I can't wait.
We are going to Ashmore Estates in Ashmore, Illinois.
Where?
Ashmore, Illinois.
I've never heard of this place.
Wait a minute. Ashmore, Illinois.
Wait. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah.
It's for those Southerners. Yeah.
Well, it'll be my first time there. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be great.
What's up, Jessica? What's up, Morty? Also, while we're on our trip, you know, we're gonna screw around a little bit. We're gonna vlog some. Hey. Yeah.
Vlog some.
This trip isn't free, okay?
True.
We are gonna vlog some. We're gonna try to hit some museums and stuff like that on the way out there. Maybe do a little investigating at some other places. We're not gonna mention where yet.
Yes,
because we don't want the crazy showing up and you know,
not at all
asking for autographs and me having to sign boobies. Oh, keep your boobies to yourselves, girls. God. I'm not a piece of meat.
He doesn't need to get me too, okay? Not today.
Hashtag. Oh my God.
You're welcome.
That's like a joke I would make, and you would just go,
son of a bitch.
My God.
Good times.
I wish I thought about using our reacts for that, but
too late. No. You missed opportunity.
I missed the opportunity. I got to pull it up now. I'm ready. Especially with Connor coming on.
Oh man,
that guy.
Oh man,
that guy is a piece of work.
I may have to change my pants 4 or 5 times just from laughing so hard. So one-liners like nobody's business.
Do you see that growing station he's got at his house.
Oh, the grow station.
It's pretty impressive.
It is. The UVs, the hydroponics, everything's just
the green light and everything. Oh man, I think we're going to showcase that here in a little bit. He'll talk about.
What you guys don't know is we have a whole expose planned for this show for Connor to talk about the flowering process, the watering Just kidding. It's
the different strains and
strains. Absolutely. No, we're not going in that depth. God, we're actually talking about paranormal and things we like. Come on.
How was your week, sir?
Oh, dude, it was great. Really, nothing super crazy. Had a standard, awesome, fun weekend. Got to see the Familia. Trying to think anything else majorly that happened.
Was that a movie?
What?
So was that a movie?
That was my family, Familia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
threw a curveball on me.
It's okay. We know he's not educated. So yeah, I went to have dinner with my family, and since I had dropped $400 within 2 days, I couldn't really afford to go do much. So I just decided to lay low and have a movie marathon, a spooky movie marathon. So it was great.
Dude, that sounds so good right now.
It was nice. It was very much needed. I know that's why not write English, but whatever. I don't care. It was wonderful. It's a great time.
Awesome.
And then for all of you that don't know, because I didn't talk about it on the last show, at least I don't think I did, Terrifier 3. If you're into slashers, check it out. But be warned, leave your stomach outside because it will not be able to handle it. It is insanely gory, insanely graphic, and insanely twisted.
That sounds like a dare, Harry.
It sounds like a dare, Harry?
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Dumb and Dumber.
It is a dare. Hot take, not a fan of those movies. Anyways, just so cringy. It's so cringy it hurts. It's like watching paranormal shows that I just can't stand. Anyways,
like watching Sam and Colby. I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? My bad. Sorry, guys.
They're gonna blacklist us forever.
It slipped.
Just like Zach Bagans took over Travel Channel, they're gonna take over YouTube, and we're gonna be blacklisted on YouTube forever.
I don't know how they're gonna do that with nobody else on there. They can't steal people's content.
Ooh. Ooh. Bazinga. Anyways, how was your didn't you have something you and your daughter, right? Did you have something great?
Yeah, it was her birthday Sunday.
And
I gave her a present early. She got a drum set.
Yes, she looked
like an actual drum set
too. It was awesome.
The picture,
yeah, it was sweet, dude.
It was hilarious. I told her to take to pose, like give me a rock star pose, and she was. I could tell what she was trying to do. She was trying to give me the devil horns, right?
Oh yeah,
but she had the drumsticks in her hands, and it turns into
it's totally middle finger.
The two birds. It was awesome. I got a great picture of that.
Hey, Cassie, good to have you here too. Love.
Sup, Cassie. But yeah, that happened. I did a couple presentations. Well, didn't, but I did. Had a couple presentations scheduled on Saturday. That didn't go so well, but it is what it is. I felt bad for them. Not bad for me. I mean,
screw them. Feel bad for them. What?
Yeah.
Knowledge. Anyways.
I'm like, this is what happens when you don't advertise people.
That's so true.
But last night I started going through some audio.
Yeah.
And one of the videos I filmed for, which eventually will come out. That's how I have to plan my stuff is now eventually. But so the microcoms, these right there.
Yeah.
I had one of the best sessions I've ever had with those. It was at the Route 66 Theater in Webb City. And I was backstage, and
great place.
The responses that I got, it was like I was having a full-blown conversation.
Gotta love that.
There's that one point I'm like, I asked, "Where are you?"
Mm-hmm.
And over the microcom it says, "Right behind you."
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Apparently at the time I didn't hear it, but listening back, I'm like, "Oh shit!" And I'm picking up more than what I heard.
Yeah,
initially. So like it's
that time that I was there,
it
was pretty active. I know we were there kind of sharing the space with Katie Stafford and Katie Stafford. The
Staffords.
Paranormal Inc. And if I'm not mistaken, we also had
Dan Williams and the
Yes.
PRI.
Yes.
Aaron Thompson was there.
Yes. Did we have anybody from? No, I don't think we had
Somebody
anybody
else
there
was
from.
there.
I don't think we had anybody from Haunted Souls.
Jessica Bishop was there for a little while, or she was there the whole time.
No,
I thought
I don't remember.
She was there for a little bit. I thought.
Are you sure? Because I don't remember her going to your con at all. I'm pretty sure we had. Oh, sorry, I'm thinking.
No, I'm not Bishop.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Porter.
like,
Potter.
No,
Jessica Potter.
Jess is not the psychic. Okay.
All right, that's the show, guys.
Have a good night.
We're gonna reschedule Connor.
No,
reschedule this.
Yeah, no, not
Jessica Potter.
Yes.
Too many of you Jessicas running around to make this thing like.
Okay, there's Jess Bishop. I can't talk either, and Jessica Potter.
Jessica's like, I wasn't there.
Mermaid Medium is Potter. You know, magical Potter. There you go. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
You're not listening. Capri Sun have an ass. Anyways. Okay, well.
Oh, grow up, Charles.
I know, right? God. So with this being a special month, we wanted to bring in someone that we trust.
Special.
Well, okay. We can go with that. Someone that we trust and we love.
Are you hearing this, Connor?
I hate. Well, anyways, as I was saying, we wanted to bring someone on that we trust that has another show or has a show on YouTube. You should go check it out. Go check it out like right after our show because he has episodes. What is it? He had an episode just dropped this last Saturday and this Saturday.
He's about to drop a doozy.
Yeah, Paranormal Encounters. Come on now. Get on it. It's a great show. And I think this last one he was by himself. And then this one, I believe he's also by himself. The cojones on this gentleman is like it's nuts. Okay, literally, it's crazy. Okay, like I couldn't imagine. That one goes on for a minute, doesn't it? I couldn't imagine going to some of these places by myself. Like it just blows my mind. And watching this last episode where it sounded like something ran up behind him, I was just like, oh my god, that would have been it for me. But
ladies and gentlemen,
without ado, please,
ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Connor Fiddle.
Yay.
Hello.
Yay. Wait. God, it took my reaction thing.
Missed opportunity, Dave. God dang it.
It closed out the reaction deal. Mr. Connor Fiddle, ladies and gentlemen.
As you can see, my grow plants behind me.
Yes, love it.
The Terminator.
I appreciate all the kind words. I really do. You know, I don't know if you guys saw me. I was going huge when you were saying
huge.
I'm just kidding.
It's nuts, man. Literally.
Whoa, it's the wrong one.
Well, Charles,
just testing some stuff out. It's fine.
You stop it.
Fine, we're fine here.
Wow. It's like I'm podcasting with a 6-year-old.
He said huge. I was just gonna I was hoping it would have made his picture just go, but it was yours. But
huge.
Yeah, exactly. It just works out. It's fine. Anyways, Connor, it's been a long time. It's been a long time.
It has. I appreciate you guys having me back on here.
Yeah, you know, we tried calling Sam and Colby, but they were busy.
Busy stealing footage.
We don't say that.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Clean up an aisle 3. What?
If people don't know, they're gonna know by the end of the show.
I mean,
yeah.
Apparently, we can just take from everyone's YouTube content now without having permission. Oh, fantastic.
Speaking of which, let's roll a full episode of.
I was gonna say, I hear some reactions in the future. If we can just take people's content, that's interesting, right? YouTube,
huh?
Well,
interesting.
And I even looked over their whole privacy policy and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, no, they need to have permission for anything like that. So how that happened, I don't know.
I hate the fact that this is happening, but I hate it even more that we literally had you booked before any of this happened.
Yeah.
And then it happened. It's like, well, fuck, he's going to be on the show already. So
yeah, might as well talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling?
I am feeling good, gentlemen. I'm getting ready because tomorrow I am filming a new episode tomorrow. So I'm just charging all my gear right now.
Any hints of where?
Or
do you not want the groupies to show up either?
Say a state. Say where.
I probably don't want that. I never really tell people where I'm going, but let's just say it's an infamous house in Indiana. Is where I'm going tomorrow.
Nice.
Alone.
Another lone episode. Nice.
Another lone episode. Yes.
My God. How many is that now?
This will be 3 or 4 in a row. 3 in a row. Yep. And then I'm filming on the 28th as well, but that one's not an alone one. I have a guest on that one.
Well, and kind of make a quick observation. With watching that last episode, you kept your cool. Like, I would say most of the episode.
Yeah, I tried.
Like, it was good. Like, and I actually saw somebody made a comment about that, like how you didn't like freak out over everything that was happening. Like the slightest noise wasn't a, oh my God, camera shaking like craziness, earthquake and stuff. But it was, it's nice seeing that people can be just, oh wow, what was that?
Like normal people.
Yeah, exactly. And
the ghost is just like, well, shoot, we're just gonna have to run up behind him and make him really jump this time.
Well, I actually was thinking that. So with some of the experiments that Dave does on the Midwest Mystery Tour and other events that he has done, fear factor obviously is a huge part of that. And for me, I was noticing that your fear levels kind of were getting a little bit higher and higher with each little thing that was happening, whether it was the voices, the footsteps, the whispering in the ear, like each time. And even with the what is it? Epoch box. That's what it's called, right? Yep.
The astronaut device.
Yeah. Each time you would use that, you could just tell like a little sense of like, okay, all right. Like, it was like it was just progressing like more and more and more until the very end where it was just, you were physically reacting to the location and what was going on around you.
Yeah, it was really terrifying. I don't know what was going on, but like I literally almost broke down when I was trying to like say, okay, I'm going to leave, and I'm getting ready to end the episode. I literally almost cried, and I don't know how that happened. I've never had that feeling really ever when I go to places. So it was like really scary, I think, because I didn't feel like I was in control of my emotions. Yeah. When I was at the jail and I had a hard time breathing, my vision started to look like I was looking through water. Wow. And I couldn't look at the wall. It was just really strange. I was like, I don't know. Cause I had an energy drink. I had some food beforehand, but like, I don't know what was going on. It was getting kind of scary.
Do you remember which wing you were? Sorry, where you were at in the jail at that moment? Like when it really hit you, where were you at?
The stairs where I had the interview at. Okay. Yeah. Because when I was interviewing Sandy, I kept hearing noises, and there's one time where she did react because it was so loud. Yeah. But I had some noise canceling filters I was putting on her interview audio, so you couldn't really hear how loud it was. But there was literally somebody up above us walking, and it was just us two in the building at the time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's why I felt like I needed to go over that area and just, like that tunnel area. There's something really strange about that tunnel area.
Well, you heard the footsteps later in the night too. Sorry.
Yeah, I did. No, you're good. Yeah, I heard them too. Because these headphones have bass in them, so I can hear all that stuff when I'm editing. But I realize that when people watching their cell phones or their TVs, they may not have like a bass system built in. But I could hear it. It was so loud when I was trying to say goodbye. Yeah. That it sounded like somebody was literally right above me. It really freaked me out pretty bad.
Do you think that there's going to be a follow-up investigation there anytime soon?
I would absolutely love to, honestly. There's so many people that are like, Connor, I'm worried about you being by yourself. What if you get hurt? What if you fall or you can't call 911? But it's like, like that's the whole point of me going places alone is honestly, I started the show kind of alone, but I had some people that wanted to tag along. I feel like you're more susceptible to paranormal activity when you are alone, and it proved itself when I was at the Crown Point jail because I literally did not think I was going to get as much as I did when I was there.
Dude, you were having stuff pop off. Like it was pretty nuts watching that.
Do you feel like you're more anxious, more anticipatory, like whenever you're solo versus being there with other people?
It's really strange to say this, but no, I feel serenity when I'm actually solo. I actually feel pretty calm when I'm in by myself. And some of the places though, like, I mean, it could be because I've been at the Crown Point jail before, so like maybe it's the reason why, but I think if I was at I had a massive hospital by myself, I think I'd feel a little bit different, more anxious.
Oh yeah.
People are like, how do you even do that? And I'm like, well, I kind of lie to myself. I get in the middle of the building and I'm like, well, I'm already here. Might as well keep going. That's pretty much that's what I'm trying to get myself in.
So I'm just going to go around this corner here.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Someone else is supposed to show up at 6:30. I guess, oh shit, nobody's here. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm by myself.
Oh no. No, it was such, man, but for me, that observation, and then one more observation that kind of stood out from the show too, was Sandy herself. I don't know if she's a tour guide or if she does any of that stuff, but dude, she's got such a storytelling voice.
Oh my
The way
God,
that she
yes.
was talking about the location and everything is just like
Yep.
naturally just flowing, and I was hooked. I was like, oh man, I want to know more now. Like, what is going on? This
Yeah.
lady, she does a great job.
No, yeah, she's been involved in that jail for as long as I know known about that place. She gives all the tours. She's actually the president that runs that entire jail, the investigations.
That's
she knows
cool.
all the history. Yeah, and she's been involved in that jail since she came there for a tour. And when she was she paused in the middle of her interview because she wanted to advertise her what do you call it? Her Halloween attraction they got going on there because the state shut them down all year long until August. Yeah, I was one of the few people that have been there this year for paranormal investigating.
Oh, wow.
And the state shut them down because they wanted to up their capacity, which is a freaking jail. How much more capacity could you get there? You know?
Right.
But they've realized at the end, they're like, actually, no, we're wrong. We don't need to up the capacity. So like they lost on all their money. So they were worried they were worried about not getting people coming this year. So I'm like, you know what? Why don't we advertise your Halloween attraction in your interview? So at least if people click off it, at least they get that information because it is October. It is spooky season.
Yes.
But she paused in between there. I'm like, Sandy, you are literally giving me vibes. Like, she's like, I don't know if this is exactly what you want, Connor, but I'm just going off the top of my head. I'm like, you are literally scaring me by how you're talking about
It's like a used car salesman.
He was good. Yes.
We are not ISIS.
You're literally talking like that 90s show, like
yes,
like Mysteries or whatever that guy. I don't remember.
Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah. She was literally talking like it. And I'm like, Sandy, I'm
an abandoned road at the end of the. Yeah, she's like, I don't know. There's no way I could do it, but yes, no, dude. Wow, aside from the actual investigation itself, her going through the history and talking about the place, you can hear the passion and how much she cares about this location come through with her storytelling. It was very good. Very good.
She was really freaking me out when her voice would get really low when she's describing something. I'm like, God, can you just, I want to get past this part. I want to be in here alone. So
extra spooky.
Just jump over and be like, get out of her, demon. Wait, wrong show.
Wrong paranormal team. God. Okay.
Yeah.
Do this. But now, so I did have another topic of discussion here. I am not very familiar with this thing because I don't understand how the science works, but I do see a lot of teams use it, and it's the Epoch box. Okay. I would definitely like to talk about it and what, like, obviously it's a yes or no system, right? Like, yeah, that's like how, I'm not going to say basic, but like how, I'm trying to find the right terminology here.
Like, how does it determine words?
Yeah, like I understand it reads the energy in the atmosphere and then like it turns it into a yes or a no. Like, is that kind of what it's like, or
kind of like is what it's like? It doesn't really necessarily go off of EMF, so you can't. So like, you know how you have the REM pod and you can manipulate the REM pod by like a walkie-talkie. People say cell phones and stuff, but it doesn't. Yeah. But, you know, I've tried it with cell phones. I can't get a cell phone to make it go off. Even
the Epoch. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
I'm talking about the REM pod, though.
Oh, okay.
When I say that part, I can't get it to manipulate by a cell phone. I've tried. People say that. They say that by the Apple Watch. They say a bunch of things. But this device does not get manipulated by a cell phone. You can't even connect to it. This is just a rubber enclosure to keep it protected or whatever. It just has a circuit board on it. And like their site claims that it just basically somehow reads the environmental readings around it, and it determines yes or no devices or yes or no responses by lighting up a color. And Paranormal Quest, my friends on their other YouTube channel, they have the same device, but their device is very strange. Their device just lights up real quickly and goes out. So like how I have determined to find factual answers through this devices, the longer a light holds down, the more likely it is paranormal. I just released a video on for our channel members yesterday, and it's for my Halloween special that's coming out on Saturday. And I filmed at this place called the Van Buren Museum. And I'm telling you this because of what I got when I was there. I just wanted to film something special for the channel members, and I was walking through the building, and I had the longest yes I've ever had on that device. So it was about 7 seconds. The light stayed on. So the longer the light holds down, there's somebody actually manipulating using the device to answer yes or no questions. If it just turns on and turns off, it's just environmental noise. It's nothing actually happening. It's just a a false positive, so to speak. So
now one thing I want to say and commend you for, because like most of the YouTube channels and most YouTube shows, they like to go ahead and tell you whatever they want about the history of the locations, and you do something that I do, and like I said, I commend you for this, and it's 100% respectable. Is that you have the people that work there or own the place or are involved with the place tell the history, instead of going in it yourself, because like I know from my own personal experience, like if I try to come up with some history and tell the history, I could be getting information off the internet wrong. So like having those people tell it's a big bonus with me, and some of the people that I've seen that follow my channel, they appreciate it as well. So I just want to throw that out there for people that appreciate actual and factual history. His show hits it right on the head.
Absolutely.
I think that's the best way to go.
I just don't want to be responsible for giving out false information, so like I basically pawn off the irrelevant or wrong information that happens at locations to the actual owner. So like if they say Mary died in his room, you know what I mean? Like there was no Mary in the building, I don't want to be responsible, or people think I'm faking something.
No, it's like we've got some friends that run tours like over at the Pythian Castle in Springfield. The Ghost Adventures came out there. They got a lot of the history wrong, some of the information wrong, and they were like on Facebook right away, be like, "Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong." I don't want that happening, and I damn sure don't want that being all over my channel. So I know you come from the same place. I'm gonna run something by you real quick. So one thing, I'm going to put you on the spot too here. So next year I'm planning to do some different things. I have a channel set up, ready to go. I initially planned to do this a different way, but I'm gonna use this channel in a different way, in a different light. Where next year I'm going to go out and team up with a bunch of friends at different places. Like one investigation will be with this person, another investigation with this person. But the whole idea of the show is about collaboration and putting everybody's stuff out there, their information and all that. So next year, are you down to investigate with me?
Yeah, of course. We've talked about this in the past too.
Yes, I have a location for you, but you'll have to travel.
Okay.
I'll help you with funds for it.
How dare you make him travel? I'm kidding.
God, I'll be honest with you guys. The worst part about content creation that people don't understand is the freaking traveling. I just wish if I could make a montage of like the reality of what it actually feels like to travel. It just is so damn daunting. Like tomorrow, I'm only traveling 2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm still I hate it though.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding, man.
As you do over the years, you start getting really tired of traveling. You just wish you could just spawn there.
I mean, shoot, I don't know how exactly far Ashmore is, but it's far. It's the farthest I think it's the farthest I've been for an investigation. Definitely, because Malvern was 3. And
no, it's further than that from you.
Well, no, I know. I'm just saying. I was thinking Crescent Hotel too, but that's like 4 hours.
Yeah, this is
technically 4 hours. I think. Well, no, 5 hours.
It's going to be a 6 to 7 hour drive.
The 5 hour drive was the Tuberculosis Sanatorium. But how far is? Gosh, I think the only thing that's close to that is Gentry with Carpenter's Mortuary. Yeah, and that's the closest thing that comes.
That's where I want to take Connor. I want Connor to go there.
I want him to go there so bad too.
Mortuary, huh?
Connor, right. I'm going to tell you right now, man. I've only been there twice. Not kidding. Each time I have been there, and this is the only place I can say this, I have never had in a location where each time I've been there, something not drastic, but something bigger happens. Like
I'll go in there alone. I mean,
well, you don't need to. That's the thing. When Dave and I, the 2 times that I've been there, it was for Midwest Mystery Tour. We had 12 to 15 people, not back to back, but
each time
last year and this year. And man, we had so much interesting activity, and it's not just like one big thing, but like I want to say, Garnett House. I've been there, and activities happen both times for sure. But I think to me, Carpenter's it's special. It is
it's getting better and better.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is so interesting. And the history, dude. Oh my gosh. I think you're gonna love the history, actually. Like, it's quite creepy.
It's a haunted house attraction now.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
it was
cool.
a mortuary.
Yeah. It was a
It's
mortuary in the back and a grocery store in the front.
Even
Off
creepier.
the main drag. Yeah. No, it's
Okay.
damn.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll tell them a little. The body drainage sink is still there. And then they just got the draining table as well.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
I'm down.
It's,
I'm down, gentlemen.
It's a great place.
We'll schedule it.
Toot its own horn and
Okay.
try not to be anyway, just go in having a great time, honestly.
Jeez.
It's great.
Jeez.
Okay.
So, I hate bringing up drama. And we got to talk about it.
Here we go.
We got to talk about it.
All right, sure.
I need some water for this drama.
Chug.
You'll get plenty of tea. Don't worry.
So I guess I don't know, the best way to start this. I initially saw a post you posted.
Oh, Jess, thank you.
They on my ass. Cassie. So I initially saw your post and I was like, oh, that's fucked up. And then literally that night, because I posted or commented on your post, I was like, yeah, something similar happened to me with a channel. Literally that night, a friend of mine texted me and says, hey, did you know, like, you're on Sam and Colby, or he sent me something about being on Sam and Colby's video, and I'm like, I didn't know that. I was like, can you send me a timestamp or something? And I'll check it out. And he sent me a screenshot of it. I was like, son of a bitch. So I literally, I was still half asleep, so I went back to sleep. Woke up early in the morning, and I was still thinking about it. And the more I thought about it, the more it wasn't so much that I was pissed that they used it. It was just I was not contacted or asked for permission or anything. It's kind of disrespectful in my eyes. So like, I stewed on that, and of course, I took a step further. YouTube did me dirty whenever trying to resolve that. But I know they used quite a bit of your footage as well.
Yep, they sure did.
This is not the first time it's happened to you, I'm sure, where somebody's used your footage.
It's not the first time it's happened to you either.
No.
Yeah.
So where do you stand on all of this? And I know you want to not rift the pool, but
I mean, I find it kind of annoying because I never thought I was going to be in a Sam and Colby video without verbally or physically actually being in the video.
Yeah.
It's just kind of annoying because they took a bunch of people, including my friends from Paranormal Quest, their YouTube channel. They took all their footage as well too and used it. And then they also made up some stuff too and said that I'm the first person to capture an EVP there, and then I was clearly holding a SB7 spirit box. So that's already right off the bat wrong information. I'm not the first person to ever capture paranormal activity there. I'm not going to toot my horn here. The first person to have a video that went crazy there, but it was also my first video I ever did, and that's before YouTubers were a thing. And it just was very crappy to have somebody take your footage that has 15 million subscribers, and you're sitting at almost 72,000, and you can't really do much about it. I think if they used a couple minutes of my clip, I sure would probably be seeking legality against them for that, for sure, because I'm the one that goes to travel places and film stuff. And, my integrity and my authenticity is important to me. And I don't want to be associated with fake channels or people that put out information that's not true, like what they used and the stuff that they said in those videos. I was pretty upset about it. I posted about it on Facebook. Didn't think anybody was going to really respond to it because nobody really responds to it. And I don't like to get involved in any paranormal drama whatsoever. I stay out of it. And several people told me I should file a copyright strike against them. And I still have not filed a copyright strike against them. I probably won't file a copyright strike against them unless it starts dragging my reputation in some way, being associated with that video without my permission.
Yeah.
They gave me text information. I think what would have been a better way to go about it is if the people's footage that they did take, if they would have put our channel links in their video description to at least get something out of it. I don't care about the money. I just rather care about the traction to my channel. That would have meant more to me, and I would have been totally cool with it. But none of that happened. I was never contacted for my information or for my videos to be used. And it's quite embarrassing to have an old video from 12 years ago get used, and it's not who I am anymore.
Right.
I'm looking at pulling this video up real quick. In a whole freaking day, they're at 3,300,000 views. It's a lot of foot traffic. I'm just saying.
The only thing that they come close to with that is in the top left-hand corner with faded lettering is your guys' channels.
Yeah, which is not cool. I mean, you know, if you're going to be stating somebody has captured the first ever EVP there, why would you not contact that person?
Right.
You know, I was good friends with Jim and Nancy, you know, and I didn't know I knew they were going to sell the school, but I thought it was just something that they talked about and weren't going to actually pull the trigger on, because I knew that Nancy's health was declining, the old owners of the Farrar School. I think the one thing I am upset about, because I did have one of my subscribers trying to correct me, is that they jacked up the price of the school and they're claiming the school is demonic. There's nothing demonic about the school. When I was first there in 2012, I did get told F you and eat crap, which is not the nice versions of it though, but on a spirit box. But also I was very naive and stupid and new to the paranormal. It was my first ever real paranormal investigation I ever did.
What?
So that was my
seriously?
Yeah, that was my actual real paranormal location.
Man,
my first ever paranormal location I was at, actually.
That's huge.
Waverly Hills. Yeah, that was the first one I ever filmed. I had no idea what I was doing.
Wow. Okay.
You know,
God, that's amazing.
I dropped out of college, got a bunch of money from my student loans, and I took a risk on it, and here I am today.
And here I am just starting in graveyards. Like
when
I was a kid with like an MP3 player that had a voice recorder on it. So, is there anybody here with us? Like, what are we doing? Just walking around a cemetery trying to get some answers.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome, man. That's great. Like a lot of people, they don't understand like how, like I feel like some people, like my friend Mitch, I want to say, God, where was his first investigation was like a more well-known haunt around this area. And it's just like, dude, this is your first one. Like, you need to consider. I wouldn't say you need to consider.
Was it Malvern?
But it might have been Malvern. Yeah, in Iowa. Yeah, and so I'm just like, dude, I'm telling you right now, you were a lucky dude to be able to be here on your first. Because I think it was the event with you. Yeah, pretty sure that's what it was. So it just, man, that's awesome. That's cool that was your first investigation. Man, that's sweet.
Yeah. And I was pretty stupid back then, and just
aren't we all though? Like,
we all were.
I know what we're doing back then necessarily.
Yeah, I'm so glad that I've grown and matured a lot over the years doing paranormal investigations back then, because I just look at myself back then. I'm just like, God damn, I'm so cringy.
Hey, you know what? A lot of these investigators that have been around for a minute, they're just the opposite, where they're getting more cringy the longer they go. You know,
I don't know. It's pretty cringy right now. Like I'm just saying,
I will say
a lot of cringiness in the paranormal realm right now.
As a whole,
it's cringy. Entertainment, absolutely.
It is absolutely cringy.
Like,
but
the things that people like, it's just nuts to see the clickbait on thumbnails, like people with blood on their faces or scratches, and it's just like, what are you doing? Like, what is going on? Like,
I'm not going to call out these other paranormal teams that do that. But.
I'm not going to say their names either right now. I'm just saying, like, you could tell it's all for clicks. It's all to get clicks. It's all,
but that's YouTube. That's what YouTube's for. You gotta get those clicks. So,
and I was talking about this with my fiance yesterday. I think it might have been 2 days ago now. Actually, time flies, and I just spaced what I was going to say now. I actually added to what you were going to say. Wow.
Sorry, man.
It's okay. It goes in and goes out that quick, I guess.
Hey, that happens. This is Kim from Facebook. She said the cringe is real. 100%, Kim. It is so bad. Like, I can't really watch paranormal shows anymore. Like, there's a handful that I like. Literally just a handful. And anymore, it's just like, Yeah, I can't even finish the sentence. My head hurts so much from thinking about it.
No, I do remember what she told me. I'm sorry. I do remember.
No, go for it. Go for it.
I have a memory of a goldfish right now.
I'll get squirrel. What?
Squirrel.
Better get some sleep after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do for tomorrow. No, me and her were talking in the car on the way back from filming that members only video, and it's people that do those stupid little thumbnails or the cringy titles about demon this, demon that, whatever. They may gain a hell lot of subscribers, a hell lot of money, and the problem though is they lose their way along the way. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build authenticity and to bring people together where they're okay with watching 30 minutes of nothing, because that's the reality of paranormal investigating. It doesn't happen every 5 damn seconds. A REM pod goes off. I'm not jumping and shaking in my boots. It's just something that, oh, is it a radio? Is it this? I try to figure out rational explanations while I'm in the moment. You know, sometimes it doesn't always work that way because maybe my fear is heightened at the minute. But it's just not realistic to see things happen all the time, or those stupid little cuts that they do with their videos and stuff. It's just so annoying. And I get what they're doing because they're doing it because people's attention span changes every 6 seconds. But the fact is, just keep authentic. You know, people actually want to have authentic investigations and watch authentic investigations, because when you do actually have a door open and you're an authentic investigator, it is a massive moment. And a lot of these people that people don't see is, when they do get a chair slide across the floor, they just, oh God, a chair slid. And then they don't make a big deal about it. If I had a chair slid across on my video, that'd be the whole damn video.
That's the whole video. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the whole video. Like, that is like insane to actually have something physically matter move across in front of you that is not moved by somebody.
Yeah. Dude, absolutely. You make a really good point too, because doing these Midwest mystery tours and then being a part of other events that I've seen, you have a lot of new people that they expect the biggest and best, craziest things to happen on these events. And it's like, no, guys, like 80 to 90, well, 85 to 90% of paranormal investigating is just, you're in a room. If something happens, you think about how it happened and you try to think about possibly what it is. And if it's this, and it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. But if you can collect that possible evidence or possible outcome of what's happening, okay, that's something great. But having the holy grail where you see something move in front of you, you see an apparition, or
a door slam.
Oh, a door slam. Gosh, dude. Oh my God. Don't even get me started on that. It's such a great point that you bring up with that. And it's something that I've noticed too, that I didn't really understand early on, as far as like other people's perception of where the paranormal field is right now. They think that haunting or craziness happens all the time. No. That's not how it is. We're not doing a seance here. We're not like cutting ourselves and putting blood on a Ouija board to freaking make something happen. Like this,
what?
I know.
Well, there goes next year's plans.
God, it's crazy.
Go bloodletting.
I know, exactly. And it's just, you're trying to figure out what tech possibly works the best with who you're trying to communicate to, if they want to even communicate.
And I think something else you started you kind of made me think about this when you were talking about the reactions, is the reactions between, like, when you're watching some of the fake crap on YouTube, how they react to slightest thing versus how would they react when something actually does happen.
Literally.
Like their reaction would be like 2 different things. Like, say like a door slams. If it's fake, they're going to be like, oh, shaking and everything. I mean, but I guarantee you, if that door actually slammed, their reaction would be different.
My reaction was pretty genuine. I'm not. My reaction was like, "Oh my God, the door closed!"
Son of a bitch.
I think a lot of the problem too is people over the years watch a certain person for so long, and then they're blindfolded because they think that this is, and they're not investigators. They're just a person that stays home and watches this stuff. They're a couch investigator, and they watch it and they see that stuff. Well, they're going to expect it if they go to another channel, and then they click off the channel and say, well, this is boring, or this is fake, or something stupid along those lines. And it's just like, that's what people are so used to, that things happen all the time. But they also don't realize too, is some of the stuff is cut. People make videos. You go to places for hours. And it's cut down to 40 to 50 an hour long video. And those are just collections of things that have happened throughout the night. And
some people don't think multiple nights.
Yeah. And I don't feel, honestly, that there's a certain time that works best, because that's unrealistic to think about. And it's not it's not factual. It doesn't work that way. You don't need to be at a place at 3 o'clock in the morning. You don't need to be at a place at 7 p.m. because this door opens every night or whatever at this certain time. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen when you're there, regardless. If it does, it doesn't. You know what I mean? It doesn't need to be, you don't need to be investigating all night long.
You know,
paranormal.
Connor,
most of those videos,
segue.
I'll be honest with you. I will be honest with you guys. The last 2 videos I filmed, I was there for an hour and a half.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, that crown
Makes it easier to edit.
was 1 hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yes. That was 1 hour and a half I was there, actually.
Damn.
From, I was there longer because I was outside filming stuff for the outside shots, the inside shots, the interview. But the actual investigation itself was an hour and 36 minutes, and I cut it down a little bit.
Dude, B-roll eats up so much time.
Real quick, this comment does come from Kim on Facebook. Sorry, it doesn't show your face or your comment or your name. So just investigating is like fishing. Sometimes you get something, sometimes you don't. But the anticipation while you sit and wait is awesome. That's how it is. But
real quick, that's the beauty of editing, though. Like, if say with my stuff, I'm not going to speak for you, Connor, but I can say with my stuff, I won't play music in the investigation portions. I will not.
Yeah.
But if something's about to happen, I might throw an audible cue to let you know, hey, something's coming up or something like that. Or there might be a cut that's kind of a build up to that. And that's where, like, with the people that are authentic with their editing or authentic with their investigations, that's one way that we can actually keep the audience retention, is like trying to build up that anticipation, but keep it legitimate.
That's why I appreciate his epoch.
Yes.
When he gets an epoch, I'm like, all right. My ADHD kicks in, and I'm like looking at different things. I hear the I'm like, oh shit, okay, yeah. He just got a hit. But no, what you were talking about what you were talking about just a second ago about a daytime, like, it doesn't matter when. This segues perfectly into this video here, which I actually accidentally clicked it, but it worked out perfectly. So another place, Malvern Manor, has I feel like notorious daytime activity, especially when Josh is there. I'm sure Garnett's the same way.
Yes.
But so this is actually a clip from episode probably 3 or 4 episodes ago.
Yeah, about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Yeah.
Okay. So yourself, and then what's the other gentleman's name?
His name is Caleb.
You guys are at an abandoned house. What's the house called?
It's called the Asher Walton House. It's in Atlanta, Indiana.
And obviously, you can see the light bouncing off the carpet there. It's daytime. Yep. They're actually having a daytime investigation. If you don't mind me asking, how much time did you guys have for this investigation?
Well, we had all night, but we were only there. Yeah, we had all night. Again, this is another hour and a half episode. I filmed. This time that you're looking at right now was, I want to say, it's anywhere between 5 and 6 p.m.
Okay. Now, this moment, actually, this clip that I'm going to play is about probably 3 to almost 4 minutes long. So bear with us for anybody that's watching. There's actually a specific moment in this clip that's a little bit towards the later that I want to talk about here for the next however much time we talk about it. It's something that I've actually had happened to me, or something like this has happened to me during an investigation as well. And so when this happened to you, Connor, it just floored me when your almost asked question was answered with the epoch box. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip now, and we'll talk about it here in a second.
Okay.
What? You heard the straight voice that I heard, right? To me, I heard like, what the fuck was that? Dude, I'm not kidding. Hello?
I wanted to play a little bit longer, so it's kind of like a build-up.
What in the world was that? Somebody in here?
Please,
of course, an ad gets.
Nice.
He's like, revenue.
This is a classic right here. Sorry, man. I don't mean to cut it.
You owe him a penny.
I know, right?
Right?
No,
To me, I heard like,
That was clearly in the house, too.
What was that? I got straight goosebumps right now. Like, look at that. Straight goosebumps. Dude, what could have made that noise? Here's the cameras, but there's nothing I see out of place. Caleb,
I don't know what that was, dude.
we weren't talking when that happened, right?
No.
It has to be in the audio.
It almost, after like when you wash your dishes, that like you put a pot on top of another pot or a pan, that thunk.
Yeah.
That's what that sounded like. I don't know what could have caused that.
I don't have a clue.
Hey, I'm just gonna shut this door here. Just note that I'm shutting this one, so that way if we come down and it's open, it's something different. Maybe if we kind of keep changing things a little bit. And
Dude, that kind of scared me, to be honest with you.
that was, I mean, it was like it was mocking me. Like it was like I made the noise and then immediately right after.
Okay, we're coming back upstairs. If you're gonna want us downstairs, which I feel like that's why you keep hearing noises downstairs, we'll need you to open a door or something so we know. Because we're just kind of confused now. Okay.
Holy shit, it went off. I'm kidding.
Let's ask this spirit here.
I got my heart racing, dude.
Yeah, me too. I'm out of. No. I was just getting ready. That's a. Dude. Somebody screwing with us?
Oh, it's cars.
That's the exact same noise. Dude, look, my legs, the hair on my legs is just I'm full body chills right now. Hold on.
At this point, we were speechless. This isn't normal for a paranormal investigation to hear this many noises. Yes, this is the daytime, but we could not find anyone walking around outside who could be causing this. The audio we're about to play was only captured on our camera in the hallway, and it appears to be in the same direction as the other noises we were hearing. What do you think it says?
Let's ask this spirit.
I know my heart racing, dude.
Yeah, me too. No. I was just getting ready. That's a.
Asshole.
Dude. Somebody screwing with us?
That's the exact same noise. Dude, look, my legs, the hair on my legs is just I'm full body chills right now. Hold on.
What's weird is I was getting ready to ask if that was you, and before I even asked the question, it said no, and held down a long no. The longer the light holds down, the most likely it is something paranormal. Which is even stranger is that I feel like spirits know what you're going to ask before you ask it.
There's no
freaking...
All right, so that point right there, that very end, which I know I could have reduced that clip, but I wanted to play the build up, getting up to that. So I fully think that spirits can definitely hear our thoughts, or I don't know if it's hear our thoughts, read our thoughts, whatever. Have you also experienced this at other investigations?
Yes, lots. In fact, I might have actually, I think I wrote about this in my book.
Oh,
I wrote several books. I wrote about my thoughts about the paranormal, and that's one of them I think I covered as well too.
nice.
I've had several situations where I've tried to ask a question and it answers it before I could even get a chance to speak the rest of the question.
Dude,
Mm-hmm.
I never had really thought about that until the first time I had been to Carpenter's Mortuary, and I had an experience there and this was me testing out my theory.
Oh, yeah.
So we were in this big back room, which is the mortuary section of the location. And we were all, I think most of the people were sitting in the chairs where the attendees they were just all sitting in the chairs, whatever. Where Dave and I were standing, which was basically just right in front of them, I thought I saw something in the dark in the far corner of the room, and it kind of looked like a woman wearing like a dress of some sort. And it was right behind a drum set, funny enough. And in my mind, I was just like, oh my God, I just saw something. And I was like, man, I wonder if I can get something to happen without really asking or anything happening, like asking a question. So I was like, hey, in my mind, I was like, hey, if I just saw you make another noise, dude, I kid you not, a noise came from that corner of the room. Like I really, mentioning that like afterwards, there's no way to prove, oh, you said that in your mind, huh? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to prove that sort of thing. But for having an experience like that, and then also, I think the second time we were there, Jessica Bishop had her. I don't know how you feel about it, but it's the EMF lights, the string of lights. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yep.
Which I think you guys. I think I've seen you use before.
Yeah,
Somebody,
yep,
Paranormal
yep.
Quest, right?
And I've used it. Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
So she had one of those strung out in that back mortuary room. And I was going to ask the question because it seemed like something was hitting the lights and then like leaving for a second and then coming back and hitting the lights again. Well, there's a Jacob's ladder. So do you know what a Jacob's ladder is?
Yep.
Okay. There was
He
a
has
Jacob's ladder. Oh, you do? Oh, Jesus. Never mind. There's the gullible side of me kicking in. There was a Jacob's ladder machine in the haunted house itself, and we had it running pretty much all night. So how far away it is, which I don't know, how fast ghosts can travel and stuff, but with how far away that was, it just seemed like the perfect amount of time that someone would walk to get there, draw a little bit of energy, and then walk to come back and make the lights go off. And I was about to ask, I said, are you going to get some energy? And the lights just like lit up. Crazy light. Yeah, it was nuts. So I was like, well, I'm going to take that as a yes of some sort because it just seemed too perfect for things to happen. So I find that interesting, and I wish there was more studies behind this because, again, yes, it is hard to obviously get proof of something that you're thinking of unless you can break it down, like lay out a format before the investigation and have like your questions you're going to ask, all of your questions that you're going to ask already like written down, or you do like a pre-recording before or something, and you just say, hey, I'm going to ask this question at this time. I'm going to do a session in this room, this room, and this room, and in these rooms I'm going to be doing this kind of questioning. Pretty much like a straight, like no talking, unless something happens, obviously, like oh my gosh, but have like a completely no talking investigation and see if you can get any answers from the recordings itself. That would be friggin' sweet.
The only thing that you could do to sort of prove the problem, though, is we live in an instant gratification society now, like with paranormal content, where people expect to be shown physical things. Because about 10 years ago, you could definitely say, oh, I feel cold. I feel a cold breeze or whatever, you know what I mean? And people would believe that. But there's too many people that fake stuff that you can't use that as credible feelings anymore. The only way you could prove what you're talking about is being hooked up to a machine that can read your alpha and beta waves of your brain, and your brain can show that you're actually thinking about a thought in your head. Probably won't obviously say exactly what you're thinking about unless you've got that device where people that can't speak, where they can have a robot say things for them. You can have it type up.
Elon Musk implant.
You can have it write text on the screen where you face it to the camera and you're looking away, and it reads your brain waves and it writes it on a screen. That's the only way you could prove that.
What if I like put on my phone, like if I typed in my phone, like if I just have my phone or whatever, type in the question, show it to the camera, and then like have an audio or whatever going at the same time, and then just go over that audio, see if it answers the question. But then is it reading what you typed, or is it reading what's in your head? Right.
But you could also people could fake that as well too, because they can overlay sound and stuff over things. So if you actually hook yourself up to an actual machine that's alpha or beta wave reading for your brain, then that would be more substantial because that's actually coming off of your mind in real time.
That's a very
it's a lot harder to actually fake something like that in real time.
Absolutely. And I don't know, like I know that there's been plenty of experiments done there about like sleep studies and like you're saying the alpha and beta waves and theta even, where they're hooked up to machines, but I don't know if it's ever been really used for paranormal investigations wise. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I've seen anybody.
Maybe talk to Jay Prather about that.
Yeah.
If I could afford a machine like that kind of price, and that'd be one hell of that'd be the most expensive.
Hey, I want to claim rights right now. I just thought we just thought about that. Man, go ahead. There's no proof, right? There's no proof at all. There was actually
government says different.
That's true. CIA well, now we're shadow banned because I said the 3-letter agency. But I figured this is probably Denise that's saying that.
It is.
It's all good, Denise. No big deal.
Yeah, just look up the Invention Secrecy Act.
Oh yeah, good point.
Good point. Your patents.
Absolutely. But and then there was earlier we were talking about the REM pod. One thing that really, really irks me when people use the REM pod and they don't. investigate the REM pod or think about it themselves. If you're in a location, an older location, the location probably has older windows, and it's cold outside, don't put the REM pod next to a friggin' window.
Damn it.
I know, right?
I've been doing that. I'm just
Like, oh my God, we're getting cold readings. Well, no kidding.
Well, there goes all the anticipation on the next episode.
I know, right?
Damn.
It looks like you have to go back and refilm it. No, I'm kidding.
oh, man, I have to edit it out somehow. AI.
Just
I've
put like
seen
a new device overlaid on it and track it.
But
Yeah.
I've seen that with so many different videos from, I'm going to say the same team. I've seen that with so many different videos from the same team where they're all wearing jackets like it's cold outside and it's cold inside. It's just like, okay, you're getting clearly drops. Like,
Well,
maybe
here's the
it's not
thing.
paranormal.
Here's the thing I want to say first, because
Yeah.
you guys are the first for me to say this to you. So,
Oh.
like, it's a warning to everybody
We're
that
your
watches
first?
paranormal content right now. So, as someone that edits, I've been doing editing for the last almost 15 years now, and Adobe Premiere Pro just came out with an update where now you can artificially cut something out or put something in a video that looks real. So, I'm going to tell everybody right now, this is the first place I've ever said this. And I might even make a video about this just to prove that I could fake. paranormal
That's what you
content
should
to
do.
look real. You
Dave,
can
you should
actually
collaborate.
in Photoshop. They have this thing where you can, like I've done in my thumbnails. People can see it right now in my last video. You can see a shadow man in the hallway.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Look how realistic that looks like it's in the hallway. That's because AI put that in my hallway for me
just
on my
gonna say
Photoshop. Is
That's what my biggest fear is the whole AI movement and how it's going to
Yeah.
destroy the paranormal field.
it's content awareness is what it can
Well-
do now in video. So Adobe's actually incorporated that in video where you can in real time take something out of a video or put something in a video. So you
Jesus.
could literally change your clothes in real time and it'll look real. So anyone that watches paranormal content, be on the lookout for something that looks a little bit too realistic or too obvious that this is really crazy where a door is opening, because you can fake it now completely where it's
Oh, yeah.
undetectable.
Well, I mean, I could fake a door opening easy, just by doing a cut screen. Like, I'll see if I can find this. I made a little video that I did it in. But anyway, like, what was it, 2 or 3 years ago? Going along with what you're talking about with content awareness, on Facebook groups, people are always posting pictures and videos and stuff like that. Of a lot of stuff is fake. Or it's just misidentification. So out of annoyance, I decided that I was going to make a fake photo, put it in one of these groups, but I filmed myself doing a how I faked it kind of video, showed the editing and everything. So I posted the picture on this Facebook group, let everybody comment on it for a couple hours. And then I posted a video and I said, guys, this thing is fake. Here's how I faked it. People still thought it was real.
Oh, no, it's real. I actually see something there. Oh, my God.
Like, they were seeing stuff that wasn't even in the photo. Like, somebody
That's called?
it was
Psychotic.
it was a picture of a hallway, and I put in this ghostly image of an old nurse in one of the doorways. And then people were like, oh, there's a kid down the hallway. He's scared. He's huddled up. I'm like, you shut up. Shut up.
It's because they want everything to be paranormal.
That's it.
Everything to be, and it's not. It's simply just not.
I think that's why there are those bigger channels versus the smaller channels. Is why it's so harder for the smaller channels to grow, is because not everything is action-packed, scary, fake crap. It's not there to amuse you. It's there to show you, like, this is what's happening. This is what we've got. Versus the other channels, it's like trying to keep you entertained every 13 seconds.
Well, and so perfect example of this was actually from Connor's last video at the jail. Chain jingling, right? Which is a claim to have been there. Now, how many other people have had that happen, but don't think about, oh, maybe it's my backpack zipper?
Yeah, I'm glad he caught that in the episode.
I heard that come across, and I'm just like, oh, props to my guy. Like, props to him for pointing out that could be what it is. And that's the thing, is it could be, or it could have been chain jingling. You don't know, because there's possibilities of elimination. Like, there's whatever it is. I totally messed up the term there, but Yeah, you have to think about what things possibly could be. There's been times where I've been at Garnett and one of those blocks or one of those like letter blocks have fallen off a door frame. Well, it would happen to be that someone was running up the stairs at the same time. Did the vibration from that person running up the stairs cause that to fall over? There's a good chance that happened. When everybody else is like, "Oh my god, it was paranormal!" Like, guys, come on, think logical here. Like,
Yeah.
Think what it really could be. Physics, vibrations.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So that's something I definitely wanted to address too, because that also just shows that you're willing to not fake things to get clicks, like a lot of these other channels and stuff where everything is paranormal.
I appreciate that. I actually just did an episode 2 or 3 weeks ago with Paranormal Quest, and we filmed at the Simpson Hospital. And Ryan, I had released the member video early so the members on my channel could see it, but I added another piece in because I was like, you know what? I cut this completely out of the video. I feel like it's super important for me to show it because originally I was going to write a voiceover where I could have faked this, blah, blah, but I didn't want to be too dramatic about it and try to like get praise for it. So I'm not looking for praise. I'm trying to add in a new norm where people do this more often. And there's this point where I say light, but I didn't realize, I guess it was actually my epoch device. It's holding in my hand. And I'm using a new thing now where I use a body camera when I go to places. Because if I do see a ghost, you're going to see a ghost.
I like that too.
That's why I'm wearing a body camera now so that people can actually see it. So when I was using the body camera footage and I came home from my trip with them, the next day I was skimming my footage from my body camera and I saw this blue like thing come from the side of the screen down, and it was so fast. I was like, oh my god, I caught something manifesting or something weird, some weird anomaly. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the body camera footage is a wide angle, so it was like it would have seen me if I did something. Well, I thought I captured something, but I didn't. I put in there purposely in the episode that, hey, this is actually my light, which is supposed to be actually my epoch, I guess, that I moved so fast down on the side of the frame of the camera that it looked like something I was capturing.
It looked odd, for sure. Yeah.
But
I do remember that clip, actually. That's a very good point, too.
Yeah, so I wanted to put that out there and point that out, like, hey, this is something I could have faked, but I chose not to because I don't want you people thinking, like, if something were to happen, that it would ever be fake.
What do you mean, you people? I'm kidding.
I mean, all the people.
All the people. So, side note, what body cam do you use?
I actually use I'll show you. DJI Osmo 4.
There you go.
And
DJI makes some awesome stuff.
I guess I don't know who that is.
They're mostly specialized in drones, but they got in body cameras, and this is the first generation of their body camera where it actually is a full 1-inch sensor. Actually, I don't think it's a 1-inch sensor. I could be wrong. I'm not sure, but I know that the sensor is much bigger than the 3. And this thing shoots so good in low light that is stupid good. And the GoPros do not compete against this camera. The GoPro color profile is terrible. There's so much grain in low light. Yeah, and I use this whenever I'm walking around locations. So that's actually what I was using.
I was wondering because it looked really good, and that was one of the questions I was going to ask you later on. So that works out.
Denise Pride Moore. Yes. She would love to get you on the Paranormal Pride.
Heck yeah. Just reach out to me on Facebook or on the Paranormal Encounters TV at gmail.com.
Or join his OnlyFans.
Yes. If I had fans.
Denise is great. If you'd never chit chat with her, she's wonderful. Great person.
Okay. Yeah.
Been in the paranormal probably longer than I've been alive, honestly, and that's a while. But
I'm curious if you've ever done this. Something I like to do in my videos is even with the most questionable captures like EVPs or something, sometimes I just leave them in the video and don't say anything about it.
I do it purposely. I don't ever really point out anything unless there's one that's more obvious, but I purposely do not tag EVPs because I don't want people to think like, hey, this is what it's actually hearing, because it's an old school ghost hunting technique where we didn't have all this equipment, so people would always say, hey, it's saying hey, and that's why people would be more into it. Nowadays, it's not needed because people are already listening throughout the whole video. And they point all the time that I don't hear.
I like to do that.
Yeah, sorry.
I like to do that where I'll put in I'll leave in this. I might hear it and be like, I don't know what that sound is. I'm not sure if that's an EVP or something. I'm going to set it in the content and just see if people will pick it up. Yeah. And if they hear something, they can post it in the comments. I did with Carpenter's Mortuary. The first time I investigated there, I had this interesting thermal hit, and I didn't say anything about it, and I left it in there, and nobody caught it. And it's literally this thing moving across the camera as I'm panning, and I'm like, okay, I can't for sure say it's paranormal, but it's pretty interesting. But nobody caught it, and it makes me giggle and chuckle every time. But I just started doing that with all my videos now. Like, if there's something in there,
Thanks. Appreciate you.
In there, I'll just kind of like not even say anything and just let people, because like you said, people are actively listening. You turn the audio,
speaking of that,
like the music down, and it's just the investigation. People are, so I appreciate
focused,
that.
Absolutely. I mean, there was one moment in your video at the jail. I think you were walking. This wasn't one that you pointed out, but it sounded different than what was happening. So I was like, oh, maybe it was like the friction of your leg when you were walking or something made a random noise or something, but it sounded out of place and different. And I noticed that you didn't point it out, and I'm like, oh crap, maybe I should timestamp this. Maybe I shouldn't, just to see. I couldn't tell you when it was, but there was a moment when I think you were just walking through one of the sections, and I thought I heard something, and I'm like, the hell was that? It happens with Dave. I'll watch clips like older clips of his that he's put up, and I'll hear something that he wouldn't necessarily hear, but it could be from like the microcoms or something. I'd be like, wait, what was that right there? And so we'll rewind it and check it out and see if it is, possibly is something. But
that's something we need to get you, as one of those microcoms.
Yes. Well, I don't know. Do they still make those now?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know they're making the coffin box.
They have a new version of it.
Okay.
Yeah, several people point out EVPs that I didn't capture. Somebody said before I got whispered in my ear when I was walking the hallway, they heard someone say they go like shh like that to me, or
that
something.
Might have been what it was. That might have been what I heard, actually.
I mean, it's better I find out after I was there.
Well, shoot, there was a time when Dave and I were watching, I think, Project Fear, when they were on YouTube, and we saw what looked like a light anomaly on a door. And it wasn't talked about. It wasn't shown. It wasn't replayed. Nothing. And I think it was
a shadow is what it was.
Yeah, it was a shadow. That's because it was blocking out the light is what it was. Because you could see the IR light bouncing off the trim of the door. Well, no one is in front of this camera except Alex, but I think it was Alex. He was against the wall on the right-hand side. This shadow appeared on the bottom left-hand side of this door frame. And it just like quick and it left. And I was like, dude, they didn't point that out. Did they even see it? Like, my guess is they probably just didn't see it because how fast they cut things and put it and just throw it up, or have it ready to go and call it quits. But I know Dave messaged him and Dakota never got back to him. So whatever, people point out things, but whatever. Yeah, it's interesting that when you go back and check out things and it's just like, wait, was that a possible thing? But yeah.
I think it's fun too for the viewers as well too, because they do feel like they're part of the investigation at that point too. They're like, hey, I heard this, I heard that, and that's why I also like doing that, because it also helps drive engagement. YouTube will push it more and more people comment on videos, and I think people really enjoy feeling like they aren't being told the whole piece of the pie, so they're actually feeling like they're part of it.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say this with your videos. I'm so glad you started doing the nip slips, because it was getting pretty stagnant there for a minute.
I'm sorry. I've been trying to be a little bit better about it. Okay, I know we talked about this.
I know. And you stopped filming your shoes, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. I used to walk around barefoot.
You're done all the time. Just, oh God, what's happening paranormal? Nobody cares.
Look at my feet. You want paranormal? Look at these daisies.
Oh God.
Oh, God.
Spit it out. Spit it out. I see your mind working.
Drink. That's what it is. Anyways. Oh, no thanks. I am good. I am totally good. Yeah.
Oh.
Things that make you go.
So,
well, yeah. Go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
I was gonna say we're a little bit past our time, but yeah, Connor, we'll definitely have to link up. I got to get you out to Carpenter's Mortuary.
Oh heck yeah!
It's a place that's not really investigated much. I think there's maybe 3 people that have investigated this place. So
okay, I'm down. I'm totally down for new places that haven't been overly investigated. I think people enjoy that, and I appreciate that more.
There's a
I think-
story there that I'm trying to
Yeah.
uncover, and like
Yes.
the only thing I've found is there's this prominent female that's there. Don't know the name. I have a suspected backstory, but nothing's set in stone. So working on all that, and the more people I can get out there to check that out and do that and capture stuff, the more we can tell the story. So certain people, I won't just invite anybody out to some of these places, but like certain people. Well, I was going to say something like that, but not in such a nice. You little slut. No, I was going to say you're one of those people that I feel like with that authenticity, I feel like the people that are more authentic tend to attract more activity. So like, I think, and it goes with your mind reading thing, Charles. Like, I think spirits can understand a person upon arrival, like what type of person this is, and if they're going to interact at all with them, they might even make up their own mind right out the gate.
Yeah, to me, that's why it helps too. I mean, you're going to have skeptics. That's just how it is. But someone going into an investigation that's just completely closed off, not open-minded or anything, that's like the worst case scenario for an investigation, I feel like. Because then that's telling possibly something out there like, oh, they don't believe me. They don't want to contact me. They don't want to they don't want to hear anything I have to say. So why should I do anything? Like, who knows? Maybe that's what they think. I don't know. It's a thought.
Who knows what they think?
Exactly. They're like Connor's got nice nips.
Well, Jesus,
I'm gonna talk to this guy.
You're really gonna see him in the wintertime.
Well, good old sausage nips.
No.
All right. Well, Connor, we're gonna let you go. I know you got a busy weekend coming up.
You do.
A busy week. So we'll let you go so you can get some sleep, rest up for the trip.
Appreciate it. Going to one really terrifying place. So this will be very interesting to see what people think about me going here alone. So
Can't wait.
I was there not long ago during the day. It'll be interesting to be there at night.
I have something for you to do on your investigation. If you can get 2 mirrors, set one up behind you and set one up in front of you. Have a dim light in front of the mirror.
Which one?
The one he's facing.
Okay.
He'll sit in front of one of the mirrors. Have a dim light in front of that mirror. Use your phone, get a frequency generator, and put 456 hertz playing, and just stare into the mirror and relax. You're gonna trip balls.
Oh God, I don't know if I could do that at this place.
You do it. You've got to, at least for 10 minutes. You've got to do
at least
this.
for 10 minutes.
At least.
If this place has mirrors, then I will definitely do it because I won't have time tomorrow to get mirrors. I don't have any mirrors here.
Well, if they have one mirror, you can still kind of do it, but like it's a trip, man.
All right. Well, that would be interesting.
Illusions. What?
Your face is gonna melt right off.
Dude,
it's awesome.
God.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you for joining us on here.
Yeah,
it's always a pleasure, and we will be in touch.
Okay.
And we'll put in a good word with you and for Sam and Colby.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Keep rocking.
I've always wanted to collab with them.
Yes, always. Keep up the great work, man. We love the content.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Can't wait for you guys to see the Halloween special Saturday.
Dude, can't wait.
You guys will have to check out the location.
Oh,
I'm stoked.
Yeah. What we should actually have some time before we investigate Ashmore to check it out.
Yeah.
So
I do capture real paranormal activity, poltergeist activity on camera at this place, and it was wild.
That's quite a promise. That's quite a statement.
So wild that I went back there 2 days ago, and the guy I interviewed was talking about it and has been talking about it because he witnessed it with me.
Oh, nice. You had a witness?
Yes, he saw it happening as it happened when I was in this room with him.
that's awesome.
So,
Can't wait to see it, man. Oh,
yeah, man.
you're killing me. The suspense. It's gonna be great.
My friend. All right. Well, thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, you guys. Thank you. You guys have a good
See you,
night.
Connor.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
All right.
Man, it's always great.
Guys, if you want to check out his channel and catch the upcoming episode as well, in the description of this video, there is a link to his YouTube channel. So go over there, subscribe, like, hit the bell for notifications and everything like that. Show him some love over there. Check out his older videos.
Yeah.
Comment on them. And then also, while you're at that, click the subscribe button for this channel. If you're still here and you're watching, then there must be a good reason you like this content.
Well, and for those joining us afterwards as well, because we know that most of our views come from after we are done recording. So it just makes total sense. But we still love you guys too. For ones that being here with us every single night, we love you guys. Thank you guys so much. For those that join us after the fact, the weeks, the days, the months, the years, what have you, thank you so much for being around and supporting us by the views, the likes, the sharing the videos. We greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. And who knows, maybe we'll go live or something if we have signal
this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. I think we'll have signal. We'll probably
even if it's like a tour through a museum or something,
Yeah.
we should definitely go live.
Absolutely. It'd be a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, for Boogeyman Radio, we have Chuck. We have the Dave Bambino.
Dave Bambino.
Signing off. Good night, everybody.